Good morning, it's MJ, and this is a general reading for the collective using the Crow Tarot, the Wise Dog, and the Grimalkin Tarot for Wednesday, April 8th. And I want to say a happy belated birthday to my friend Hillary. I didn't get to do a reading yesterday because I was working on the Grimalkin deck, which I would have said happy birthday to Hillary then, so I'm saying it now. I hope everyone is having a good start to their week. I feel like as the days are progressing, we're becoming more and more stressed out, and it's really easy for us to become very myopic, in how we approach things. And I've read on Nextdoor this horrible experience this woman had with one of her neighbors just shouting at her. And I think in regular times we would be a little bit more cordial, but right now our nerves are frayed and we're just so in this space of thinking about our wants and needs that we don't ever think that maybe somebody else around us may be hurting or is equally stressed or is going through something horrible. And so, we've all, had our moments where we just lash out, right? Without thinking about the other person. And so I think in this time, right now, it's hard to do it always, but I think we should be conscious, at least, that those around us are in a position of hurting as well, that those around us are equally stressed out. And the last thing I ever want to do is be a source for adding to that, or jumping on that or piling on somebody else's stress. I had an email come over yesterday that was less than kind. And, immediately my first thought was, the second my daughter came to me with a problem, was like, oh my God, I don't have time for your problems. I'm trying to deal with my own right now. And because of that, my reaction to her was not as kind. So it's funny how one event can create a chain reaction. So just know, when you do extend kindness, that creates a chain reaction. When you extend hostility, that too has the potential of creating a chain reaction. So right now, my call is, just put aside feelings of hostility and try to come up with feelings that create a place of peace for everyone who you encounter. Even if you think that what they're doing is wrong, even if you think that somebody's not picking up their dog poop at the right time, or at all for that matter, bigger picture here. We've lost so many people. Our lives are impacted, and to create a sense of disharmony, to add negative energy right now, really, I think is just, it's horrible, frankly. So let's try to focus our energies on being kind. It's amazing, that power. I always say, I say this to my daughter, you get so much more with honey than you do with vinegar. If you're kind and respectful, it's amazing what can happen. The world will move for you. If you're, angry and bitter, people aren't so likely to, extend kindness in your direction either. So anyway, I'm off my soapbox, sorry. But when I saw that post on Nextdoor, this poor woman was just berated. And I could only, reading it just made my heart sink for her. That feeling of, being publicly shamed for something that she just, it was an accident. But anyway, sorry. Here we go. Let's see what these crows bring to our awareness this morning. Okay. Ooh, my hands are dry. All right. So we have this energy of the Knight of Cups. Again, I love the Knight of Cups in that he does bring this sense of fun, this sense of adventure, to your day. He does bring an opening to be a bit more receptive to people and you know, the energy of the Knight of Cups is one that takes in the day for what it is. He lives in the now. He lives in the present. He's really not thinking too far in the future. He's trying to create, you know, positive experiences for the moment. So, you know, he's that kind of person who comes in, he's the life of the party, he knows everyone's name, but, you know, heaven forbid you need him, you know, 3 weeks from today to help you move. He becomes a bit of a flake. But for the moment that we're in, for this time that we're all living in right now, having this energy, having this, you know, this presence in our lives right now is going to help us, I think, ease out of any stress perhaps that we may be experiencing. He's going to help us enjoy the moment. He's going to help us, you know, perhaps get out and enjoy some sun while social distancing. You know, the Knight of Cups is not a social distancer. I mean, he really is. He's like, I mean, he's the philanderer. He's the one who likes to, you know, work a room. And this might be a time that causes him some stress, you know, if you're forced to social distance. But I think if we can all find the good in this night, you know, I mean, the Knights do sort of have this bipolar, you know, energy where, you know, it can run hot or cold. And so, you know, right now with this Knight, maybe it's time to extract the positive qualities, you know, maybe not the flakiness, maybe not the showiness, the show off. You know, it's the Knight of Cups would have you out trying to organize a party on the beach right now. However, he will also come up with fun ways for making social distancing a bit more enjoyable. It may be this energy of the Knight of Cups that's organizing a neighborhood scavenger hunt where, you know, things are hidden around your neighborhood and that kind of thing. Just know that it's not permanent. His energy is very temporary. You may have this burst of energy, you may have this burst of creativity, this openness, but it's okay if tomorrow you don't. So with the Knight of Cups, I just say, you know, think about what your expectations are for the night, because it's not something that is going to linger. Okay, this is not an energy that you're going to be in this state for a long time. However, what you get out of being in his state, in this energy while you're there, is so beneficial. It gives you that little extra oomph, you know, that little burst of energy that we all need right now. He's very intuitive. He kind of can read the room as well as working a room. So this is a good time to let your intuition soar, you know, and get those vibes. What are you picking up right now? Maybe somebody isn't being so forthcoming about how they're feeling about their situation. This is a good time to tap into that and perhaps help them overcome any stress or anxiety. So here we bring in the Four of Swords, and this energy that I think is going to follow this Knight of Cups right now is one of going inward. You know, you may need a break. You may need to take some time out, some downtime. You know, this is, I think, as a collective, we're all doing this. This is the social distancing card. I mean, really, we have all these dogs out here running around the park having a good old time. And this poor pup is just like saying, hey, I gotta stay in. I have to give some time to me right now. I need to think about what I want for the future. I've got to, you know, just take a break from all the action. And so, you know, you may be tempted to come out and play, right? And it may be fine for the moment, but know when it's time for you to retreat. Know when it's time for you to go home and really think about what you want out of this life, right? I mean, this is a time for us to almost recalibrate our lives. This is the shift. I mean, if ever there was a shift, this is it. Tell you what, I mean, we're almost going through a forced timeout, each and every one of us. You know, we have this time. What you choose to do with it, that's totally up to you. You know, how you want to use this time. You want to learn a hobby, awesome. You want to veg out on Netflix, that's your choice too. However, this energy of the Four of Swords is saying, you know, whatever it means for you, it's time for you to decide what's right. this is a time for you to let go of that chatter that's going on outside, or what your friends are telling you to do, or, you know, all the suggestions. Oh my God, I don't know about you, but as a parent, I am bombarded by suggestions. Like, I mean, like, how to keep your kid on track, how to keep your kid busy, how to keep your kid entertained, you know, like lists and lists and lists. And it's like, I mean, it's so overwhelming. If it doesn't come from my daughter's teacher at this point, I'm tuning it out. It's so overwhelming. So this is a time for you to think about what is right for you, right? Not what's right for your neighbor down the street or your best friend. This is a time for you to think about what you need, what's going to work for you in this moment. And then let's see what these cats bring. And I'm really excited about the online version of the Grimalkin Tarot. If you haven't seen it, check it out at grimalkintarot.com. You can play with the deck. Now the cats bring to our awareness the world. And you know what? This too will end. There will be a conclusion here. This is not a sense of permanency, and we will come out of it stronger and more, I think, resilient. You know, we'll get this whole experience here is showing us what we're made of, right? It's giving us an idea of the chutzpah that we all possess. And the world is indicating that, you know, there is going to be success here for each and every one of us. It looks different for you as it does for me. It looks different, I mean, for our country versus other countries, but success is on the horizon. We will beat this. You know, this time is going to come to a close, and we're going to feel victorious. You know, we're going to feel acknowledged. This card, by the way, I don't know, just a side story here. I must have been channeling John Cusack from Say Anything, because that's what I keep thinking of when I see this cat holding up the world, holding up that boombox, playing Peter Gabriel. And it's like, oh my God, it makes me want to cry just thinking of that song, by the way. Anyway, this is a time for you to stand up and hold your personal boombox and say, you know, I'm here. Acknowledge me. I'm done. You know, like I've created this moment, and it's time to move forward from this moment. It's time to put a close to this chapter and move on feeling victorious. So, yeah, as far as today for Wednesday, April 7th, I think, you know, you're going to have this feeling of wanting perhaps to get out, to be a little bit more social, but it is going to perhaps maybe drain you a bit of energy. You may feel as though, you know, it can become overwhelming with all the stress and all the news that we have right now, and how we are really supposed to be social distancing, staying home, staying that 6 feet apart. You're going to have this like drive to get out. Your creativity may be like wanting to engage, but know that right now the time is for us to go inward and figure out what you want after all this ends. What does the next, you know, 6 months look like for you? What does a year from now look like? Where are we going to be, you know, April 7th or April 8th, rather, 2021? You know, what does that look like for you? And then know that this is going to end, and we're all going to have that beautiful moment of putting ourselves in this power pose and saying, yes, I'm successful. I made it through, and this is what I learned, and this is what I'm going to do to move forward. So much love to you. Peace. Bye, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.